You put some new colors into that. Go ahead and play A flat major 7 on mid to 5. And that struck my curiosity about that minor 2-5, that D minor 7 flat 5 to G7 to C minor. Because he said, okay, you can use it over the D, and then you can use the A flat major 7 on mid to 5 over the G too. So I was like, oh, I ain't got to move, I can just keep it. So I put the G in the bass. That was even more attention. And then that's going to resolve to C minor, or it's going to resolve to maybe a G major 7 on mid to 5 over C. See, so you really just moving the A flat major 7 on mid to 5 down the hamstring, which gives you a C major 7 sharp 11, and F sharp. So that's why those key things I'm talking about, knowing the major chords in different inversions, knowing your pentatonic scales, and knowing the function of every note in this tonal system and how it relates to the different chords. Okay, you have to have a knowledge of that before you even go any further in this video. If you don't have a knowledge of that, then all this stuff is going to be moving too fast for you. So you need to know your major triads and different inversions. You need to know your minor pentatonic scales. You need to have a basic understanding of jazz terminology and jazz theory. Because this is what I'm practicing on. This is what I've been practicing on for years. I'm trying to share it with you. I don't want to have to go back and go, oh, this is the 1, 3, 5, 7. You know, you need to go get that. You can Google it. You can YouTube it. There's a lot of videos of that out there. This is what I play. And so the way I introduce chords like the one I just showed you, the A flat major 7 on mid to 5 over D, I introduce new chords to my ears by writing songs that have the chord in it, so that way I can play it in a working situation. Because a lot of people say, so you know, you showed me this pattern, but where do I put it at? You know, and a lot of people like to cop out of practicing because they swear that they don't know where to put stuff. But having ideas, musical ideas, not necessarily patterns, but musical ideas and facility on your instrument, is like having a toolbox. You know, you're not going to use a crescent wrench to tighten up a battery cable, see? And you're not going to use an 1/8 inch socket to tighten up a pipe when you're doing some plumbing. But you got it in your toolbox just in case you need it. So that's the whole point here, is you want to have tools in your toolbox just in case you need it. You need a hammer. You know, my daddy say, if somebody go to work on your car and they got a hammer in their hand, you need to get in your car and leave, because they don't need a hammer to work on your car. So, but you want a hammer in there just in case you need to nail something down. So everything has a purpose. So you want to build that. So I use composition for the new stuff that I learned, so that I can get it in my ears, see how other people respond to it, use it in a working situation. So this chord here, I've written a couple of songs with that chord. Now and then I ask myself, you know, wrote that with Candace, Mahogany Miller. We wrote that on a song called Now and Then. On the Jambox CD, you can go get it, Jambox. Mahogany, the artist Jambox, you can hear a song called Now and Then. It uses that chord. Right, the G major 7, G, B, F sharp, no D. Because when I tried to put the D in, you know, Claude Johnson would tell me, oh no, that messes up the color. So what it does is it puts space in between the notes. You get that nice fifth. So you're getting a nice voice in there, see? And this is for if you playing bass line with this hand, you don't want to necessarily have to be doing this. You know, you want to be able to just play some chords that fit but are not too basic, like. But you want some. You see? So that's one thing. Major 7 on mid to 5. We're going to deal with that a little bit, okay? Other, you know, and like I say, take that. Those are things you want to take through the keys. So basically, whatever your 2 chord is, right? If it's D minor, You go up a sharp 4, what we call a tritone, to A flat. And you play a major 7 on mid to 5. So you just figure that out in every key. If you play E major 7 on mid to 5, you're gonna play a B flat in the bass. You know, you just work it through the keys. That's why I said knowing the function of every note over what it is over every chord is important. That way you don't have to do a bunch of guesswork and go, okay, so I'm playing B major 7 on mid to 5. What I play, you already know it's an F in the bass. And you can play with that B flat and then resolve into a B flat major 7 on mid to 5 over E flat. So, okay, so let's talk about that major 7 on mid to 5 thing a little bit. I took that even further than what Claude showed me. We're going to go back to D. D in the bass. This is a D minor 7, right? Chord. That's what the paper says. But what we're playing is A flat major 7 on mid to 5. Now, even if the rhythm section, if you're playing a horn, you're playing trumpet, and the rhythm section is playing, you know, we're talking in concert key. They're playing D minor 7, and they're playing it regular, like, you can still play this A flat, because that's going to put you on top of the chord. You see? You don't want to linger in the octave that the piano player is playing in and start holding notes, but you want to move around with that and mix it in with what they're playing, and that's how you're going to be able to move in and out of the tonality, by having somewhere to go. Because you can't just be trying to go everywhere. That's what makes it sound like you're playing the wrong note. When you try to go everywhere, you got to have some kind of system of where you're going to go. You know, some kind of, you know, framework, I would say. Kind of like these paintings back here. You know, the painting fits on that canvas. You know, and then another painting fits on another canvas, and the ideas change. So with that major 7 on mid to 5, basically I just started taking that up in minor thirds. So I play A flat major 7 on mid to 5, B major 7 on mid to 5, D major 7 on mid to 5, and F major 7 on mid to 5. I play that over that whole D minor, G7 move. So I'll be like, so I just say, okay, it fits over that entire passage until I get to that C, right? And then that's where the resolution comes in, and I hold it there. Even though that resolution, it still got some tension, right? I still just sustain that, because that 2-5, basically that 5 is where that meat and where that real tension is, that makes that person listening and helps you to go, okay, that's building up and that's moving to where, oh, okay, back here. So now you're rocking back and forth. You got this thing. Right? So you're just moving all this stuff. It's just choices. It's just like you just reach in the toolbox. So tighten that up, loosen that up, okay? Nail that down, okay? Put a little grease on that. You know, that's all you're doing, basically. Okay? So this is just a basic thing that I use over different kinds of music. I use this in gospel music. I use this in jazz. I use it when I'm playing reggae. When I'm playing anything. When I'm writing music, R&B, hip-hop. I just use it to create a sound that is distinctive to what I like. I play the saxophone. I write music like I like for it to sound. I don't try to sound like the people out there that are on TV with, you know, doing. I just play. I play how I feel, how I want the instrument to sound, according to my taste. I know many of the rules, a lot of the history of the instrument, of the function, of the different things you can do. But if those things that I can do don't fit over the moment that I'm performing in, I do not do it. You see? I don't just do stuff just because I can do it. You know? I do what I feel for the moment. And if I don't feel anything, I don't do anything. You see? And that is how I approach